Hey everyone, and welcome to In My Honest Opinion, where every voice and opinion matters. Now imagine you're in a relationship with someone of a different background. Now let's hit the streets and ask Singaporeans how they would handle family disapproval. Will they stand by their partners or find some kind of compromise? Let's go. Okay, let's say you imagine you're in a relationship, right? This person is of a different background, okay, that your family does not approve of. What do you do? Do you break up with this person, or how do you handle this with your family if they disapprove them hard?
I would say there needs to be discussion on how it's going to be in the long run. For me personally, religion is very important.
He would even consider like converting lah, because as Muslims we have to get married in Muslim, right? But if really the parents disapprove, no choice lah, we cannot move forward.
Well, I won't break up with them. I'll explain to my parents, I'm sure they'll understand.
But if they don't understand, they're like, no, cannot.
It's their problem. I mean, it's my future, right, with this person, so it's not really their problem.
I think definitely, like every relationship is a risk. You'll never know how the future is going to work out. So if that's what happens in the future, then you can't help it, yeah.
I think for sure I'll definitely not break up with the person right away. I'll definitely talk things out. I'll see how we can compromise or make my family understand about him better. He also has to play a part and like try to win my family's heart.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's also on them also, like, not just you, right, trying to convince your
It takes
family.
two hands to clap.
But what if your family at the end of the day, right, like you all tried with hard already and they like still, no, just break up with this person.
Wow, it's very extreme eh.
Because you cannot live with each other, they don't like your fiancé, what?
I think family comes first for me. If my family say no, especially my mom, because you need your mom's blessing at the end of the day, no
Yes.
matter what.
Move on. Bye.
I'll try. I definitely would put in some effort first, but should it not be possible and they strictly say no, then I will like, okay, at least I've tried.
Yeah,
I've tried the
correct.
better.
Mummy, can I speak to you for a while? Ayah, boy, I'm cooking. What is it? It's about Sarah. You know we've been dating for a while and I really love her. Yeah, actually, I've been meaning to talk to you about this. Are you sure about this relationship? Like, you know our family traditions and values. I know, Ma, but Sarah is an amazing person, and just because she's from a different race and religion doesn't mean we can't make it work, what? Like, she respects our culture, and I think we should respect her. Ayah, it's not like I don't like her, son. It's just family expectations. And you know your grandparents don't like her, right? No. I get where Ma is coming from, but isn't it time we move past all these old prejudices? They've always taught me to judge people by their character, not where they come from. What should I do? If we take a look at this scenario, what do we see? Do we see someone who is openly racist or someone who is simply hesitant to accept somebody of another race? While one might be a little less malicious than the other, the fear comes from the same place, a lack of knowledge and understanding. One look at the news and we realize that incidents like these seem to be on the rise. If you take a quick trip down memory lane, we'll remember that incident of the Ngee lecturer who berated a mixed-race couple on the streets. He did it publicly and boldly, and he was fired from his job and charged in court for this. But I think it's worth asking ourselves, when did people become so bold to accost others in public on the pretense of racial lines? Singapore has always been a racially tolerant country. Even if such attitudes and feelings were prevalent, they were never always visible. But incidents like this are becoming more commonplace. So how can we stop this from happening? It starts with us. We have to do our part to check our racial biases and to check the biases of others when they expose them. To teach ourselves to be more tolerant and accepting, we teach the next generation to do so as well. And we are firm in our own beliefs. If it's possible, to also influence our parents, allowing us to not just teach the future generation, but also the ones who came before us. It proves that there is no true expiration date to learning and evolving. When it comes to race, as much as I believe that the world is progressing, racial biases and racism is still very prevalent. I feel like when it comes to race in a relationship, it doesn't really matter. But that's just me personally. But when it comes to religion, I understand that it can be a bit more sensitive. Like, being a Christian myself, I would want to be with someone who shares the same beliefs. Down the road, when you're married and when you have to make decisions, especially moral decisions, when it comes to finances, when it comes to people and relationships, you have to be equally yoked. Being the bigger person, having grace in a situation and all of that. I feel like religion plays a huge part in that. Yes, when it comes to religion, personally, I feel I want to be with someone who shares the same beliefs. Otherwise, it will be really hard down the road when it comes to decisions. So back to the question, would I be with someone of a different race? Yes. Would I be with someone of a different religion? Now it's easy for me to say no. When I'm in love with someone, I guess love is blind lah. I might say yes at that point in time. It's very important to set your own boundary with that when it comes to meeting people. So I think off the gate, you should just know what you want, what's a deal breaker, that kind of thing, instead of getting into a situationship that you find hard to get out of later. So what will you do if you face the same situation? Let us know in the comment section below. Bye-bye!
Yeah,
No
I think
need
there's gonna be a better guy out there for me.
Yeah, of course. I'm also a mommy's boy, so if my mom doesn't approve, right, it's very difficult.
Yeah.